My beloved child, listen closely because what I'm about to reveal will make your heart beat a little faster and your mind sharpen like it's sensing something coming. Tonight, someone is moving toward you with an intention you haven't felt in a long time. Not danger, not fear, but something so unexpected, so quietly powerful that your spirit has already started reacting to it without you realizing. For days, you've been feeling a strange pull, a restlessness in your thoughts, a sense that something is shifting behind the scenes. And you're right, because tonight isn't ordinary. Tonight, a moment is preparing itself for you. A moment that will change the rhythm of how you see connections, how you understand timing, and how deeply you realize that you were never forgotten. This isn't coincidence. This is alignment. Someone has been holding on to a decision, a truth, a message meant only for you. And tonight, they can't keep it inside anymore. You may not know this, but there's a memory inside this person that refuses to fade. A memory about you. Something you said, something you did, or maybe just the way you existed in a moment when they needed it the most. They've carried it quietly like a spark that never burned out. And tonight, that spark is turning into motion. All day they've been thinking, pacing, replaying the same thought. What if tonight is the night I finally show them what I've been holding? Something in their world shifted. 2. Maybe a sign, maybe a reminder, maybe a feeling, but it pushed them toward a choice. And that choice is you. Not by accident, not by chance, but because your name has been echoing in their decisions, circling in their plans, and settling inside their heart where hesitation used to live. They've prepared something. Words, a gesture, a truth. And even if you can't see it yet, the energy of it is already reaching you. That's why your mind keeps wandering back to a possibility you can't explain. And tonight, when the moment comes, it won't be loud. It won't be dramatic. It will be intentional. A message, a knock, a call, a presence, something small but meaningful enough to make you pause and whisper. I knew something was coming. Because this surprise isn't about grand gestures. It's about clarity, about revealing what's been hidden, about confirming what your intuition has been sensing for far too long. Someone who once stayed silent is finally ready to step into honesty. Someone who once held back is choosing courage. And someone who once walked away or stayed distant notices the way your energy still pulls at their soul. Tonight is the night they bridge the gap. Tonight is the night they show you that your presence in their life has never been forgotten. And when it happens, you'll understand why the air felt different, why your thoughts kept circling, and why your spirit whispered that something big was on its way. Because it was, and it is tonight, my beloved child, tonight the air around you is carrying a strange tension, the kind that only appears when destiny is walking closer than usual. You might not notice it directly, but your heart does. It's beating with a quiet curiosity, asking questions you haven't spoken aloud. Because somewhere, not far from you, someone is holding a truth they can no longer hide. They've replayed your name in their mind all day, like a silent rhythm they couldn't escape. And now as night approaches, that rhythm is turning into action. They are preparing to step forward, to break their silence, to show you something you never expected from them, something they've been wanting to reveal but never found the courage for until now. And whether this surprise comes as a message, a sign, or a sudden moment of clarity, it will hit you right where your heart has been waiting. But before this moment reaches you, pause for just a second and breathe. Because the story you're living right now, someone else is watching it too. Someone else is feeling your presence even in your absence. And if this moment resonates with you, if something inside you whispers that this message is meant for you, let your voice be heard. Let your presence echo back. Interact with the energy that's unfolding around you. When you engage, when you respond, when you show that you're listening, it strengthens this connection. It boosts the path of this story. It keeps the universe moving in your direction and pulls this moment even closer. Your reaction can be the spark that accelerates everything that's coming toward you tonight. And here's the truth. That's been hiding behind the scenes. This person isn't just planning a surprise. They're preparing a reveal that has been building for weeks, maybe months. Their emotions, their thoughts, their unresolved feelings, all of it has reached a point where silence is no longer possible. They can't hold back the way they used to. They can't pretend the connection doesn't matter. Something inside them has awakened. And tonight is the night they follow that pull. You will feel it. You will sense it. And when that unexpected moment reaches you, it won't feel random. It will feel like a missing piece finally finding its place. This isn't just a surprise. It's the beginning of a shift meant for you, and it's already on its way. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. My beloved child, even if you try to distract yourself right now, there's a part of you that keeps drifting back to the same strange feeling. Why does it seem like something is approaching me? Why does tonight feel different? Because deep inside your story, a new thread is tightening. One pulled by someone who once stood at the edge of confessing something to you, but never finished their sentence. That unfinished energy has been circling them non-stop. They've been thinking about the words they never said, the moment they paused, the truth they hid behind a smile or silence. And now, as the night deepens, those unspoken words are pushing harder, rising to the surface with a pressure they can't ignore anymore. They've replayed memories of you. Tiny glances, small conversations, small moments you don't even remember. But to them, those moments were the turning point. And tonight, they're ready to turn that memory into movement. Something inside them is whispering that if they don't do it now, they'll lose the moment forever. And here's what you don't see. While you're sitting in your world feeling the tension of the unknown, they're somewhere else fighting their own battle. Their mind is loud, restless, debating how to approach you, what words to choose, how to break the distance without breaking the connection. They're nervous, not because they fear you, but because they feel something for you they can't easily explain. Something deep, something persistent, something honest. They've been watching your energy shift, your strength grow, your silence mature, and it's making them realize that you're not who you used to be. You're becoming someone powerful, someone grounded, someone they admire more than they expected. That realization hit them harder than they admit. Tonight, the truth they've been guarding feels too heavy to carry alone. They're ready to hand it to you, not with pressure, not with force, but with a sincerity that will catch you off guard. And when they reach out, however they do it, there will be a softness in their tone that tells you everything without saying much. I should have said this long ago. But the real twist, the real moment that will shift your entire night is hidden in the decision they're about to make. They're not just surprising you, they're choosing you. Out of all the people they could have moved toward, they're moving toward the one who changed something in them without even trying. The one whose absence they felt more than they expected. The one whose presence they couldn't shake even on their busiest days. They've gone through confusion, fear, hesitation. But now they're stepping through all of it. The universe has been nudging them, aligning signs, whispering reminders, pushing their thoughts back to you again and again. Tonight is the night they stop running from that pole and start honoring it. And when their surprise reaches you, it will feel like the opening of a door you didn't know was still unlocked. A moment that pulls you in, slows time, and makes you realize that everything you've been sensing wasn't imagination. It was preparation. And the one preparing is finally coming your way. My beloved child, tonight. The night itself feels like it's holding its breath for you. There's a stillness, a quiet anticipation, like the universe is pausing just long enough for something important to realign. And while you're sitting here wondering why your thoughts keep circling the same idea, why your heart feels full yet restless, someone out there is standing on the edge of a decision they've been avoiding for far too long. They've rewritten the message they want to send you more times than they'll ever admit. They've imagined how you might react, how your voice might sound, how your eyes might widen in surprise. And as the minutes pass, they're becoming more certain of one thing. If they don't reach out tonight, they'll regret it. Because the pull they feel toward you isn't curiosity. It's connection. It's recognition. It's the feeling of coming back to something that always felt right. But before this moment reaches its peak, pause with me. If this message touches something in you, if your heart is beating even a little faster right now, if your intuition is whispering that this is for you, don't stay silent. Let your energy rise. Let your engagement feed the momentum. Share this feeling outward. Let it echo. Let it spread. Your interaction strengthens the path this connection is taking toward you. When you respond, when you give your presence back to the moment, you amplify everything that's already moving in your direction. The surprise that's coming tonight grows clearer, stronger, more defined when you allow yourself to be part of the unfolding story instead of just watching from the outside. Your energy matters more than you think. And here's the truth that's finally breaking open inside this person. They can't hide behind distance anymore. They can't pretend they don't feel the shift. They can't act like you're just another face in their past because tonight something in them has snapped into clarity. They're recalling the way you made them feel safe, understood, challenged, inspired. They're remembering the silence between you that felt like comfort instead of emptiness. They're realizing that no matter how much time passed, their thoughts always drifted back to you with an intensity they never fully processed. And now they're ready to do something they've been afraid of, stepping toward you with honesty. Their surprise may come softly, but its impact will be loud inside your heart. When it reaches you, when their words or presence finally meet you, you'll understand why the night felt charged, why your intuition wouldn't rest, why every sign pointed you here. Something long awaited is unfolding. And the one who's been holding back is finally choosing courage. Tonight, they choose to show you what their silence never could. My beloved child, tonight your spirit is more awake than your mind. And that's why you keep feeling these quiet sparks inside you. Sparks that appear for no reason yet refuse to fade. It's because something is aligning in real time. Something you can't see but can definitely sense. The person moving toward you tonight isn't coming with confusion. They're coming with clarity. Hours ago, they were tangled in their own thoughts, unsure of what to do. But something shifted. An old memory resurfaced. A realization hit them harder than expected, or a moment in their day reminded them of what they lost when they drifted away from you. Now they're standing in the middle of their own emotions, breathing deeply, gathering courage, and choosing to follow the voice inside them that keeps saying your name. They've been watching signs, noticing patterns, and feeling a magnetic pull that grows stronger the closer the night gets. And now they're ready to act on it. Not out of impulse, but out of truth. They're coming because they finally understand that silence won't fix what their heart refuses to forget. What you don't know is that this person has been carrying a heaviness, something unsaid, something unfinished, something that kept haunting them every time life slowed down. And no matter how far they tried to move away from the thought of you, something kept pulling them back. Maybe it was your kindness. Maybe it was a memory of your presence. Or maybe it was the realization that people like you don't just appear twice in a lifetime. They tried to distract themselves to convince their heart to let go, but the feeling wouldn't disappear. Instead, it grew stronger. And tonight they reached the point where holding it in feels heavier than taking the risk of opening up. They've been thinking about your reaction. Whether you be shocked, silent, emotional, or quietly accepting. They don't know what you'll feel, but they do know one thing. Not expressing this is no longer an option. Something inside them is whispering that if they don't tell you the truth now, they may never get the chance again. That urgency is what's driving them toward you tonight, pushing them to reveal what's been weighing on their soul. They're not coming to disturb your peace. They're coming to honor it because you brought a calmness into their life that no one else has ever replicated. And when their presence finally reaches you, whether through a message, a sign, a sudden call, or an unexpected moment, you will feel a shift inside you that words can't describe. Their voice, their confession, their emotion. It will carry a softness you haven't heard from them in a long time. It will feel like a doorway that's been closed for too long is finally opening. The surprise they bring isn't just an action. It's a truth they've been guarding. A realization they've been ignoring. A feeling they're finally ready to stop fighting. And when they reveal it, everything inside you will click into place. You'll understand why this entire day felt unusual, why your intuition kept nudging you, why your thoughts were restless. It was never random. It was preparation. Because the night isn't just surprising you with someone's return. It's gifting you a moment that will change the direction of your connection. A moment you will remember long after tonight fades because it will mark the beginning of something real, something honest, something deeply meant for you. The surprise is coming. And when it arrives, it will feel like a truth you've been waiting to hear finally found its way home. My beloved child, tonight your soul is standing at the edge of a moment you didn't see coming, yet somehow always felt. There's a quiet trembling in the universe right now. A gentle pressure forming around your name as if something or someone is being guided toward you with a purpose that can't be delayed anymore. The person who's preparing to surprise you tonight isn't just acting on impulse. They've been wrestling with a decision that kept them awake longer than they admit. They've been reliving moments with you. Moments they once brushed aside. Moments they thought they forgot. Moments that now feel sharper than ever. And as the night deepens, those memories are no longer gentle reminders. They're loud truths. Truths that are telling them one thing. You matter more than they showed. They're realizing that what they left unsaid has become too heavy to keep inside. And tonight, that weight finally cracks open. There's something powerful happening inside them right now. Something they didn't expect. It started as a whisper, a passing thought of you. But as the hours passed, that whisper grew louder, clearer, more insistent. They found themselves pausing mid-task, staring into space, thinking about what they should have done differently and what they still have the chance to do now. They've tried to hold back out of fear, pride, doubt. But all of that is collapsing under the truth they can't deny anymore. Because despite everything, they still feel a thread connecting them to you. A thread they thought time would weaken, but instead it only grew stronger. And now with the night unfolding quietly around them, they're choosing to follow that pull. Not because they want attention, not because they're lonely, but because something inside them finally understands that losing you completely would be the one regret they'd never recover from. And when they reach out tonight, when that message, call, sign, or moment finally lands in your world, you'll feel a shift so real, so undeniable that your heart will stop for just a second. Their words won't be rushed. They'll be thoughtful, steady, carrying a tone you haven't heard from them in a long time. The surprise they bring isn't about drama. It's about truth. It's the truth of what they've been hiding from themselves. It's the truth of what they still feel. It's the truth of why they couldn't let go. And as their honesty unfolds in front of you, everything that felt confusing will suddenly make sense. You'll understand why your intuition was restless. Why your thoughts kept drifting, why tonight felt different from the very moment it began. Because this isn't just another night. This is the night someone gathers every ounce of courage they have left and chooses to step toward you with a heart that's finally ready to speak. My beloved child, tonight your energy is vibrating at a frequency you haven't felt in a long time, something inside you feels both calm and expectant, like your spirit already knows that a turning point is forming just beyond the edge of the present moment. The person moving toward you tonight has crossed an internal boundary they never thought they would cross again. For so long, they kept telling themselves that distance was safer, that silence was easier, that feelings fade if you ignore them long enough. But tonight, all those walls they built are cracking. Their emotions, the ones they tried to bury under distractions and excuses, are resurfacing with a clarity they cannot deny. They're remembering the softness in your presence, the comfort in your voice, the way you made even the simplest moments feel grounding. And it's hitting them with a force they didn't prepare for. They've been asking themselves the same question over and over. Why do I still feel this? Why now? Why tonight? The answer is simple. Because this moment was waiting for them to finally face their truth. As the night grows deeper, their heart is becoming louder than their fear. They've spent days pretending they don't replay your old conversations. They've acted unbothered, convincing everyone, including themselves, that they moved on cleanly. But certain connections don't disappear. They go quiet until the right moment wakes them again. Tonight is that moment. They keep reaching for their phone, typing and deleting, pacing, breathing, stopping, trying again. They keep imagining how you'll react. The expression on your face, the shift in your tone. The pause you'll take when their name suddenly reappears in your world. They're terrified, not because they expect rejection, but because your opinion of them still matters more than they want to admit. That's why this surprise means so much to them. It's not about doing something impressive. It's about finally giving voice to the emotions they've silenced for too long. They're preparing to open up in a way they never allowed themselves to before. Not halfway. Not guarded, but honestly, completely, and with a sincerity that might take your breath for a moment. And when their presence finally reaches you, when that message arrives, when that unexpected moment touches your night, the shift will be unmistakable. You'll feel the weight behind their words, the trembling honesty in the way they express themselves, the softness that only appears when someone has dropped every layer of pride they once held. Their surprise won't be loud or dramatic. It will be quiet, steady, and deeply meaningful. It will show you that people can change, that hearts can evolve, that even the ones who walk away sometimes find their way back, not out of comfort but out of realization. And as their truth unfolds before you, you will understand why you felt restless all day, why your intuition kept nudging you, why your heart felt like it was listening for something. This moment was always meant to reach you tonight. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, tonight, because the universe knew exactly when both of your hearts would be ready to meet in the middle again. And now that moment is stepping closer with every passing second, my beloved child. Tonight your spirit feels like it's standing in a doorway. 1 foot in what you've known and 1 foot in what's about to unfold. You can feel it, can't you? That slow rising pull in your chest, the sense that something is approaching you with purpose. The person who's preparing to surprise you tonight has been carrying a storm of emotions inside them. Silent, heavy, unspoken. For days, weeks, maybe even months, they've been trying to convince themselves that what they feel for you is just a memory. But tonight, that life finally broke. Something stirred inside them. Something powerful, something real. And it reminded them that what they shared with you wasn't temporary. It was transformative. They've been pacing, replaying moments, whispering your name inside their thoughts without meaning to. And now the truth inside them has grown too big to keep hidden. They're done resisting. They're done running. The surprise they're bringing tonight comes from a place of emotional clarity they've never reached before. Right now they're standing in a moment of decision. They've gone back and forth so many times. Should they speak? Should they stay silent? Should they brave the unknown? Or let fear win again? But tonight, something shifted. The thought of you didn't haunt them. It guided them. They remembered a moment. A laugh you shared, a look you gave, a softness in your voice, and suddenly everything inside them aligned. They realized that no matter how far they drifted, they were never truly gone. The connection stayed, the feeling stayed, you stayed, and that realization scared them, but it also awakened them. Their heart is louder tonight than it has been in a long time. They're feeling honest, vulnerable, exposed, and yet for the first time, they're not running from it. They're embracing it. They're ready to step toward you, not with excuses or hesitation, but with a truth that has been quietly begging to be spoken. And when their surprise reaches you, it will come with a depth you weren't expecting. Their tone will be softer, their words more careful, their presence more intentional. You'll feel the weight of their sincerity in every breath they take. It won't feel like a random moment. It will feel like something that was waiting for the perfect night to unfold. A night like this one, you'll sense the shift immediately. The emotion behind their message, the honesty behind their decision. This isn't about nostalgia. It isn't about loneliness. It's about recognition. They're recognizing what you meant to them, what you still mean, and what they never should have let slip away so easily. Tonight's surprise is the beginning of something new. Something honest, something born not from impulse, but from a deep, steady realization. And as it reaches you, your heart will understand why the whole day felt different. Why your intuition wouldn't quiet down. Why everything inside you felt like it was preparing for something. Because the moment you've been sensing is finally stepping into your world, ready to change everything you thought you knew about what was possible tonight.